Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is David and we are back for our third installment on the Bookshelf Essentials. This is a series of videos that I'm making where I am going through and talking about books that have gained a level of permanence in my collection. Oftentimes these are going to be either a single book, it could be a series of books, or things grouped about a similar topic like we have today. And so that's why I wanted to talk to you about is a set of books that have gained a foothold of permanence in my collection. Because I am one of those that tends to read the book, and if I don't feel a strong need to ever revisit it at the time when I finish it, I tend to get rid of it to make room for other books. So I have an actively revolving door in my set of books on my library. And so the book that prompts all of this initially is this beauty right here. This is the Sagas of the Icelanders. This has got a preface by Jane Smiley. And this is a delightful volume here. This is not a thin volume here. But it does not have all of the sagas that have been written by the Icelanders. It contains a small fraction of them, which is part of the problem. But it is a great one-volume resource to get your feet wet. And so it's got Eagle Saga, the saga of the people of Vatsdal, the saga of the people of Laxardal, Billy Bullison's Tale, the saga of Hrafnkel Frey's Godi, saga of Confederates, Gisli Surson's saga, the saga of Gunnlaug Serpent Tongue, the saga of Ref the Sly, the Vinland sagas. It's got the tale of Thorstein Stafstruck, the tale of Haldor Snorrison II, the tale of the sarcastic Holly, the tale of Thorstein Shiver, the tale of Auden from the West Fjords, and the tale of Storywise Icelander. It's got a lot of really good sagas in there. A lot of ones that are great. If you have never read an Icelandic saga, one of the shortest ones in here is a good starting point. So, Hrafnkel is a good starting point. One of the longer ones in here that's also a decent starting point is Eagle Saga. Either way, both of those give you a great reference. If you see this particular volume at a good price, I definitely recommend this volume, hardcover or paperback. They have both. This is one that I've read cover to cover before, and that I've gone back into a couple different times since. So I'm very happy to have this in my collection. It is one that I will endlessly reread, because the sagas are endlessly rereadable. But that also begs the question of what else is out there, and there's so many I can't list them all. But the other one I have on my shelf is Njal Saga, which is a Penguin classic. This is one of the longest sagas. It might even be the longest saga out there, and it is wonderfully written, absolutely entertaining and engaging. So why am I talking about sagas? What is so wonderful about them? They give you a really good snapshot of the culture, of the identity of the people that lived and settled in the early Icelandic area. They were warrior people, but they were also shepherds. They were also had almost a democratic approach to government. They would often hold things, the All Thing, where people would come together and they would discuss issues and vote on them. The tales tend to be action-packed at times, bloody at times. They have delightful nicknames. You will find that so many characters get witty nicknames, and you heard some of the titles that have some of them in there. And there's a whole podcast called Saga Thing, where two professors go through sagas, and they talk about them, they discuss the stuff in them, And at the end, they draft a person for their team. They outlaw somebody from the story. They talk about the body count, so how many people died in it, and the best nicknames and things like that. And so there's so much rich reading to mine in the sagas of the Icelanders, this volume and others. So what this reminds me, why I was kind of hesitant to do this, but it's still a great idea to do this. I want to find a copy of all of the sagas, to have every saga that is out there in my library in some form or other. Probably all in a hardcover, kind of like this one is, rather than a paperback that's going to wear out over time like this. But I'm not too picky. I've read a couple more beyond what's in here in the All Saga. And the wonderful thing also is that if you're interested in the sagas but don't want to invest, I think all of them probably are free online somewhere to read and to enjoy and to see if you like them. And if you do, then you know you can pick some up. And I guarantee you that you will enjoy the process, especially if you join in on Sagalong. Every April on BookTube, there's Sagalong. It is one of my favorite BookTube events, and it is one that I'm definitely going to be reading along with this coming year. So anyway, that's all I've got. Just wanted to share this with you. It is a bookshelf essential for me, and you might find that it is an essential for your library as well. All right, we'll catch you later.